I regret watching that show. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Carolyn. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my Netflix recommendations and ranking the shows I've watched. So I have 25 shows. I have my laptop right here. I've created a tier maker with 5 different levels to kind of rank each one based on my personal opinion and experience watching the show. Of course, your opinion may differ. Feel free to comment down below if you agree or disagree with any of my opinions. The top rank is going to be Would We Watch 100 Times. Very self-explanatory. Next level, Chef's Kiss, means that I love this show. I've told everyone about this show. I'm like, you gotta watch it, it's that good. The difference between this and the top level is that I wouldn't personally rewatch the Chef's Kiss level. It's kind of like the one and done type of deal. You know, you watched it, you loved it, now on to the next. The third level is just okay. It's like, I don't hate myself for watching it, but I could have probably found something better to watch. Fourth level, don't waste your time. From a personal experience, don't waste your time. You can do better. Don't watch it. The fifth level, absolute trash. I don't know why it was created. These shows just suck. They're a waste of your time and energy. Like, just don't watch it. Okay, first show, All American. This show is just about a boy who plays high school football and he lives in Crenshaw but gets the opportunity to go to Beverly Hills. It kind of goes into the storyline of how to be true to himself when he makes the decision to move to Beverly Hills. It's hard because he's born and raised from Crenshaw. A pro for me is, I think it's so different. Like, usually I feel like high school football shows are always about the glory, and I feel like this really dives into personal life. You learn all about his friendships, his family, football. So for that reason, I'm giving this show a Chef's Kiss because it's so good. I'm going to recommend this show to everyone because I feel like there's a lot to learn from it. Bridgerton. Okay. Bridgerton was very, very popular when it came out. I feel like it was trending almost immediately. The show's placed in the past. It talks a lot about royalty, when women had no value, basically. Just get married to someone rich and hope for the best type of deal. So I think a pro for this show is that I love that they effectively showed so many side characters. Like, obviously there's main characters, but the side character stories are just as good. And I feel like sometimes when shows focus too much on side characters, it gets so confusing. You're like, I don't even care about the side characters. Why are they showing this? But in this show, they did a great job at doing that. And you got like 10 stories in one. So it's good. And it has like a mystery theme to it, kind of like Gossip Girl, like someone's revealing secrets and like dropping gossip. Therefore, I'm giving Bridgerton a Chef's Kiss. Criminal Minds. Ooh. Okay, automatically would rewatch 100 times. I have rewatched 100 times. It's just so good. If you love a good crime show, mystery, but also focuses a lot on the actual characters' backgrounds and lives and their own stories, that's the show for you. You get so connected to all the characters. It's so good. And the crimes are so fun. Oh my god. I've rewatched that show so many times. I've watched it ever since I was a kid. Okay, Dead to Me. Dead to Me, I would say, is about 2 women. I don't want to give too much away, but it's kind of like a crime show. So many twists and turns. It has so many cliffhangers. Oh my gosh. I believe it has 2 seasons on Netflix. It's just so good. And I feel like this one's so underrated. I didn't see anyone really talking about it. It's like mystery. It's mystery, a bit of comedy, a lot of drama, a lot of just surprise things that happen, and you're like, what even is happening anymore? But yeah, that one definitely gets a Chef's Kiss. It's up there. That one I'm gonna recommend to a lot of people. Okay, Down to Earth with Zac Efron. That show was amazing. I love everything about it. I'm pretty biased because I love everything about the earth, you know, nature, ecology, and that's kind of what he does. He travels to different parts of the world, kind of exploring different features about the earth. That one, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna put Chef's Kiss. I recommend it to a lot of people because it's educational and it's not a typical documentary. You're not bored. It's not a monotone person talking. You've got two hosts. I forgot who the other co-host of Zac Efron's is, but they're both very educated on what they're talking about. And it's not like they're the ones presenting the facts. They go to experts. They're just as curious as we are about the earth. So I don't know. I feel like it puts important information in your own perspective. I think you'd like it. Go watch it. Ugh. I don't want to fill up Chef's Kiss. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna keep filling it up. Okay. Should I move down to where it's down? But it's not just okay. It's really good. And I don't want to put it in okay and for people to think it's not worth watching. Okay, I'm gonna put it in okay just because some people aren't really on Netflix to watch Earth documentaries or like such a realistic show. So I'm gonna put it in okay just because it may not be targeted to your type of shows, but doesn't mean I don't love it. Dynasty. Instantly, Chef's Kiss. I love that show. That show is so good. It has Elizabeth Gillies from Victorious. She does an amazing job at just acting like such a rich person. This show is about the wealthiest of the wealthy. Hi, Mana. But yeah, this show is just about wealthy people. You might think like, oh, they don't have issues. No, they've got issues. And I like it because I feel like there aren't that many shows from the perspective of like wealthy people. So it's so interesting to see their parties, their grand elaborations, the weddings, the ceremonies. Like they have grand everything, their houses, their drama is insane. That show is just so good. I recommend that to everyone. I wouldn't rewatch it 100 times because look at her. She's just staring at herself. I wouldn't rewatch Dynasty 100 times because the drama's a lot. It's a lot of drama and I wouldn't want to relive the drama. But it's fun watching it once, you know? Emily in Paris. Oh my gosh. Don't waste your time. Emily in Paris sucks. I wouldn't say it's absolute trash because I loved the Paris perspective. I love Paris. Paris is amazing. So I liked that it was filmed in Paris. You get a bit of the culture, how it is like over there, the reality of people over there. French people are known to be rude. So you see that kind of come out in characters. And I think it's so interesting because there's a lot of Americanized shows. So seeing something from a different culture, very interesting. The con, there is no storyline. It's just so boring. Basically, Emily moves from, I think she moves from Chicago to Paris for a job. There's nothing to look forward to in every episode because it's just her versus Paris. Don't waste your time. Don't do it. Fate, the Winx saga. I was very excited for this because I loved the Winx growing up. And I don't know if it let me down. I wish there was a lot more of the fairy aspect in it. There is fairy stuff in it, obviously, it's the Winx, but not as much as I'd hope or not what I expected. I'm gonna put this in okay. It was good. It had me crying in the last episode. A lot of the storyline felt weird. It's very high school drama, high school problems. And I think those shows are very boring to me because I'm like, that's so typical in so many shows. Like I want something new, you know? And they focus a lot on little boyfriend drama and friend drama and she's so mean and bullies and I'm like, oh my God. I wish these young adults acted like young adults. Therefore, it's going in okay. Imposters. It's very interesting. The main idea of this show is that these three characters fall in love with the same woman who is basically like a con artist that made each one of them fall in love with her, get married to her, and she'd leave without a trace. They wouldn't be able to track her, you know? She's done this to a bunch of people and they kind of come together to find her. They want to find her, get their money back. There's so many twists and turns that you find out about and you're like, what is going on? I'm gonna put it in Chef's Kiss. Yeah, I wouldn't rewatch it. I enjoyed it and that's it. You know, I don't want to rewatch it, but that's a good show. I don't really have a con for it. It's funny and there's drama. I don't know. You gotta watch it and find out. Jane the Virgin. Would rewatch 100 times. Yeah, I love Jane the Virgin. Jane the Virgin is such a classic. It's just a girl, she's pretty young, I think. I think she's like in her early 20s when she gets artificially inseminated at one of her doctor appointments and gets pregnant. with a man's child. And it's a lot of drama, and I love that it's like a Hispanic show. I think is she Mexican? I like seeing representation of that in TV shows. I feel like there's not a bunch of shows that kind of give like a Latin background and stuff, so I think this show does a very good job. They've got the grandma, the mom, and the daughter, so it's like a generational thing too. I think it's so good. The drama is so good. It's a very romancy, dramatic show. It's supposed to resemble like an American telenovela. It's good. Trust me, 10 out of 10. Ooh, okay. I'm not gonna go into Legacies just yet. I'm gonna start with the Vampire Diaries. Where is it? Oh, here. Oh. Okay, don't hate me, Vampire Diary fans. If you don't know what the Vampire Diaries are, quickly, it's about vampires and other supernatural things. It's a typical teenage show. Although I loved it and it has a lot of pros, the major con for me is the drama. Again, I don't like stupid drama. I think this show showed a lot of it. I hate when the character has an existential crisis and it's like, oh my gosh, what should I choose? And the choice is very obvious and they choose the other option because they're idiots. I can't stand that, and I feel like that happens a lot in the Vampire Diaries. So therefore I'm gonna put it in okay. But going into the originals, a spin-off of the Vampire Diaries, Chef's Kiss, it's so much better than the Vampire Diaries. The storyline, so much better. Like the Vampire Diaries is just like a mess. It's just here, there, boom, boom. Like everything's connecting, but it's a mess. The originals, I feel like, is a mess, but is like, there's a flow to it. It's not confusing. It has a proper storyline, which I love. You get so attached to the characters. It's based off the original vampires, hence the name, the originals. It's better than the Vampire Diaries, in my opinion. Now another spin-off, Legacies. These are the children of the vampires. Okay, I'm gonna put Legacies in okay. It's not a waste of your time. It's a good show, but again, with the high school drama, it's stupid high school drama, but I watch it because I've watched the originals and the Vampire Diaries, and I feel like I must know how it plays out. If you enjoy the Vampire Diaries and the originals, then you will like Legacies, in my opinion. But if you were to just watch Legacies without knowing the background of the originals and the Vampire Diaries, I feel like it'd be very boring. Therefore, it's gonna go in okay. New Girl. Okay, New Girl. I don't know why I'm hesitating. I know where it's going. Would rewatch 100 times. That's my top favorite show in the whole entire world. It's my comfort show. No cons, just pros. It's a comedy, if you didn't know, about roommates all living together, and it's just funny. I love it. I love it so much. It's my favorite show. Okay, On My Block. I'm gonna say okay for On My Block because it's placed in high school. They're teenagers, but this one doesn't have like stupid high school drama. This is another comedy. I think this show did a really good job at making a high school show funny. I don't really know how to describe it. I don't know. It's placed in California. They're from, where are they from? One is in a gang, but they don't want to be in a gang. They're a sweetheart. They don't want to be in it. They want to, I know they want to do something with their life. The first season was good. It ended with a cliffhanger. I'm gonna recommend it. It's up there. But this is a warning. The following seasons, they're funny. They're still good. I can just see their storyline disappearing. Outer Banks. Would rewatch 100 times. 100 times. I love Outer Banks. If you have not watched Outer Banks, go watch it after this video. It's so good. Again, a teenager show. Doesn't have high school drama, which is a pro. I don't really have cons for this. It's just about, in the show they're called Pogues and Kooks. Pogues are the poor, Kooks are the rich kids who have beach houses there, while the Pogues work for the rich. And it has romance in it, and it has family drama, and I think it's good. I would forever recommend it. Okay, Reign. If you like Bridgerton, you're gonna like Reign. It takes place in the past. It kind of deals with royalty once again, but it's different from Bridgerton because I kind of feel like Bridgerton took the drama, the juicy gossip, comedy route, whereas Reign is more serious. A lot of romance, but I'm gonna say I like Reign a lot more than Bridgerton. I wouldn't rewatch Reign 100 times because it has a lot of seasons, so I'm gonna put it in Chef's Kiss. It's good. I'd recommend it. Okay, Riverdale. This is what I'm talking about. High school drama, stupid high school drama, stupid relationships. Riverdale, instantly absolute trash. Do not watch it. It's a waste of your time. You're going to regret it. I wish they took the Archie comics to a different level. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Like, I wish they portrayed the Archie comics better because they did it dirty. Riverdale is weird. I don't know how to describe it. That's it. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Riverdale sucks. Up next, Schitt's Creek. Would rewatch 100 times. It's so funny. It's just a comedy. It's a comedy about this rich family that loses everything and they get to move into like a town they bought for fun called Schitt's Creek. And they have to go from living this luxurious life to living a poor life in a motel. So funny, and the ending is so good. Each season had such a perfect storyline and all the characters are so good. I love it. I love it so much. All right, next, The Good Place. I'm gonna put it in Don't Waste Your Time. Okay, this one needs an explanation. This show is kind of like about the afterlife. It puts the afterlife in perspective, like one perspective. It's a comedy. I didn't like it. Like, it was good. It's so hard to describe because I did like love the characters, but I didn't like the show, if that makes sense. The characters were so funny. There was good humor, but it was kind of boring. I would say don't waste your time, but I feel like a lot of people do like it, so waste your time if you want. The Society. Absolute trash. Don't watch it. There's only one season on Netflix. It's not coming back. The season literally stops in like the middle of a storyline. It's confusing. It's placed in a high school. There's stupid high school problems of high school relationships, and basically the whole town disappears. So it's only these kids left to run their lives. Like, there's no parents telling them what to do. There are no laws. So it's just high school students with this entire town, and they have to make their own rules. And it's so stupid. They're faced with multiple options and they always choose the stupid options, and it makes me so mad. Don't watch it. I regret watching that show. Tiny Pretty Things. Tiny Pretty Things is different from high school, I guess, because it takes place at a ballet school. And I think the only pro for that show is that the dances were actually very cool, but the drama is so stupid. So stupid. There's a mystery involved. A girl was pushed off the side of the school. It was so insane, and I feel like it was stupid because it should have been taken way more seriously. Like, they were trying to rule her death as suicide, but it was kind of obvious she was pushed. Don't watch. Do not watch it. It's boring. Unless you like dance, and you might like it. Umbrella Academy. Would rewatch 100 times. It's one of my favorite shows. I don't know how to describe it other than these kids were born with superpowers assigned to spot these kids off the parents and train them to be superheroes because of their powers, if that makes sense. I think the biggest pro are the characters. The characters are so funny and they're so diverse. Each character has their own power. The storyline is good. Just 10 out of 10. I love that show. I love it so much. And there's a new season coming out soon, and I'm very excited for it. You, the oh so popular You. I'm putting You. Oh my god. For a second I was like, I would rewatch, but no, I wouldn't. I would not rewatch that show. So now I'm between Chef's Kiss and Okay. I'm gonna put Chef's, I'm gonna do Okay. I'm doing okay for You. I didn't like the psychopath aspect of it. I mean, that's the whole point of the show. He's crazy, but sometimes he'd be crazy. Like, this man needs to be put away. Like, he's murdering people, and for what? He's crazy. It's a good show because of the mystery. It's interesting, but it's so morbid. Jeez, this man has issues. The last one, Zac and Mia, I actually didn't watch on Netflix, but it is now available on Netflix. I'd recommend. And I'm gonna put it in okay. Pro, Key and Lolly. He's in the show. Love him. But they kind of copied every cancer story ever. I think they could have been more interesting with it, you know? 2 kids with cancer living in rooms right across from each other. Hope they don't fall in love. Like, it's very typical, but it's very emotional, and I do like the characters. I think they did a really great job. There's a lot added into it. It's sad because it adds a lot of friends and family into it, a lot of side characters you wouldn't expect. I'm not gonna say chef's kiss because I don't think I've ever recommended it to anyone, but it's not boring at all. So I think you'd really enjoy it if you watched it. But yeah, those are the 25 shows I have to rank. I don't know, let me know what you think. If you disagreed with any of my opinions, let me know. Or if you agree, let me know down below. I love TV shows, so honestly, I will probably be doing a video like this again in like a year once I've watched 25 new shows. I don't know. But yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and you want to see a part 2 to it. Subscribe if you have not subscribed already. Also, one more thing to add in the comments below is a show you think I'd like to watch based off kind of what I presented. So let me know so I can watch it and then rank it in the next video. But yeah, that's it for this video. I post every Sunday, so I will see you next week. Bye!